One girl or somebody, I don't know if it was a girl, somebody said in the comments, you probably crushed this girl or crushed her spirit or something, you know. Yeah. You know, it did kind of feel like that at first, like the initial. But when you've been through everything that I have, it's just, man, you know, I just kind of learned to tell myself that it can always get worse. It can always be worse. And it wasn't. And yeah, you know, at first I felt crushed. And even though I understood, and he's like, you know, I hope you do. I hope you understand, and I'm sorry. And he did do his best to console me, but I did understand, but it doesn't stop, you know, the emotion. It's, you know, I have emotional disorder, so I start crying, and I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know how to. Oh, man. Like I said, after everything I've been through, it's pales in comparison. I've said it before. I'll say it again. It can always be worse. It has been worse. It's not a big deal. I got over it. There's so many people in this world, on this planet, have gone through such horrendous things. Even everything I have experienced, my worst times on this planet, all of my loss and my grief, all the times I have been violated, even I am privileged. Even after everything I've gone through, people have gone through so much worse. Children have gone through so much worse. So yeah, dude, I did feel crushed, but I did it to myself. And I knew what I was getting into. I knew the possibility that he could not even be there. So at the end of the day, it's alright, man. It's alright. It's okay. I'm alive. And I have all of this beautiful reality to interact with. I'm experiencing physical reality. It's a gift. It won't last for long. To interact with this place, whether it's real or not, it's real enough. It's real enough.
Oh, hello, Blog Report. That was like, I saw your, like, I commented on the video that you put together about that girl.
When I was defending my asinine comments, and I know sometimes I go overboard, but when I was saying, of course I could, anybody could. You know how many people downloaded that video? I wasn't saying that I would. I said very clearly that I won't, that I have the video, but that video was up for 3 weeks. His address. You guys are like, oh, it was just a picture. It wasn't just a picture. It was a full-on Google Maps with a large radius. And he was talking over it for a very long time of his address, of his physical location. I don't give whatever he was talking about, and which I do know what he was talking about. I could go into what he was talking about, but I will on another video, whatever. I'm just gonna piece this in real quick. 3 weeks. Let's think about that. A lot of people downloaded that video within 3 weeks. I did not show up to his house for 3 weeks. So just let that sink in. If this was not just, oh, well, he shared a picture of his house and talked real quick and then went off of it real quick, and then this crazy girl showed up. This video of his address, a lengthy video, was just chilling. A very detailed video, was just chilling. A professional video editor, and the street names had nothing to do with his point at all. He could have very easily blurred out the street names, but he didn't, which is why I was like convinced that he knew what he was doing, because sometimes I really look up to people, like, And I'm like, no, he's very talented. He knows what he's doing. This is somebody who knows what they're doing. It's like, and this is why I'm making this video. This was up for 3 weeks. A lot of people download that video. Anybody could re-upload it. I won't. I'm just kind of trying to imagine, like, I imagine, like, when I try to imagine it was just, like, a couple emo kids and they won't upload it. Like, I try to just imagine, like, this goes away. Like, I know people are gonna be like, stop talking about it. But, like, I'm seriously not sitting here like, oh my god, somebody's gonna upload it, ha ha ha. I don't want that to happen. That's not something I would ever sit here and go, yeah. I do a lot of, but not, it would never be over, like, I don't want anything bad to happen, like, to Richie. I like his music, so if anybody's like, oh, he's gonna do, like, dude, I'm gonna laugh, okay? It's funny. He put this video up, and people are like, you put yourself at risk and him. Okay, but he didn't put himself at risk at all. He didn't possibly, like, what if it was not me who showed up? Again, you guys are like, oh, she's playing the victim. But what if he was drawing other people out there less capable of traveling, with less experience and less help, just got stuck out there? And what if he wasn't home? And what if he, like, I don't want to get into, like, you guys say, oh, you're villainizing him, like, or vilifying him again, or, like, villainizing. It's not a word, Narlee. It's gonna be a word. Narlee verse a word. But listen, 3 weeks is a long time for that video to sit up there on the internet. Okay? I've seen some crazy shit go down on the internet. I've seen police officers, there was that big thing a while ago, a few years back, police officer who was a real jerk at this protest. This has nothing to do with Social Repose or music or crazy bitches. It's, like, completely unrelated and obviously doesn't compare at all. But I'm just saying, like, a police officer was a dick to a couple kids, like, sprayed them in the face, like, more than a dick. Like, he was just flat out wrong. And this police officer got his whole life, like, leaked, and he had to move, and, like, people were calling him for years. And, like, again, the point of this is not to compare the two at all, but all I want to say is Richie is not a disabled person. He's not a disabled little girl. I'm not a disabled little girl. I'm not, like, a young, like, 19-year-old girl with, you know, depression or issues that, like, looks up to him. I'm a woman who has my own disabilities or whatever, but I'm not a little girl. I'm very capable of what I did, and I did it, and I did it well, I'd like to say. And it's just like, Richie's not disabled. He's very capable. He was very capable of blurring out. He's a professional video editor, and this video is up for 3 weeks. You guys, I'm a conspiracy theorist. Like, I get to fantasizing, you know. I be imagining some things, and I be thinking sometimes, is he just sitting behind his computer laughing, like, I did plan this. Like, did he really plan this, and he's just pretending like he didn't? Because, like, I'm sorry, maybe that's just my crazy again, but, dude, I'm not, like, I am crazy, I do have issues, but I'm not an unreasonable person. I'm just, I don't know, man, I just, I be in some kind of way lately, you know. I'll get more onto that later, but I'm actually really awesome if you give me a chance. I'm still pretty annoying. Like, I'm not easily offended. Like, it takes a lot to offend me. Like, you can either, like, sit here and jab at me and say, like, I must be a terrible person for all of the following, but, or an irresponsible person or whatever, but guess what? Guess what that falls into? That falls into not my problem. Your opinion is not my problem. That's your problem. If you have a problem with me and you have an opinion about me, that's something you're carrying. Just because it shows up on my notification, just because I published a video, do you think I was not completely prepared to deal with a bunch of backlash because I posted a tweet saying crying? Because I do that sometimes. I post a tweet when I'm crying sometimes. I was crying. How you feel about it, it's not my problem. It is what it is. Bye.